The northern wind tore through the cliffs of Fjordheim like a living blade, whipping Astrid Stormborn's dark cloak against her shoulders. She stood at the edge of the cliff, peering across the fjord toward the distant glow of torches in Bjornval's village. The thought of Erik Thorn, her comrade, her heart chained and bruised in that enemy stronghold, drove every pulse of her blood to fire. Beside her, Sigrun, her closest friend and advisor, tightened her gauntlets, her expression sharp and unyielding. You cannot run blindly into the enemy, Astrid. Charging alone, or nearly alone, is reckless. I am not reckless, Astrid said, voice as hard as the iron in her hands. I am desperate. He is more than a comrade. He is my heart. I will not wait while Bjornval toys with him. Leif, the youngest of their band at barely 17, shivered behind her. Ma'am, what if we fail? What if he has changed after all this time? Astrid turned, her storm grey eyes softening briefly. Then we fail together, and we face it with courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, Leif. Courage is moving forward despite it. Lightning split the sky, illuminating the fjord below, and Astrid felt the weight of months of fear and longing in her chest. I cannot lose him, not to fear, not to fate, not to politics. They moved through the forest surrounding Bjornval's village, shadows among shadows. Every snapping twig, every rustle of leaves set Astrid's pulse racing. Precision, Sigrun whispered. One mistake, and we are all dead before the night is done. Through the darkness, faint torchlight revealed Erik's shackled form. He sat, slumped, bruised and bloodied, chest heaving, yet alive. Relief and fury collided in Astrid's heart. Alive, she breathed. Sigrun's hand on her shoulder was steady. But not yet free. We strike carefully. Astrid nodded. Then we strike with precision. Ghosts among shadows. Steel clashed like thunder as they descended on the village. Arrows whistled, shields splintered, and war cries pierced the night. Astrid moved with lethal grace, cutting a path through guards, each swing of her sword a promise she would not leave him behind. Inside the shack, Erik's eyes widened at the sight of her. Astrid, you came. I thought I would never see you again. I feared the same, she said, hands working swiftly to undo the chains. But you are not lost yet. He grasped her hands. Even if I had died tonight, I knew you would come. Silence, she whispered. Action, not words. They fled into the forest, mud and rain soaking their cloaks. Leif stumbled repeatedly, Sigrun covering him, while Astrid and Erik fought exhaustion and cold, each step a test of will. Hours later, beneath a canopy of pines, Erik finally spoke, voice low and heavy. Astrid, I must confess, before I was captured, I swore a pact to Bjornvald, a marriage to protect our people. Astrid's chest tightened. A pact? With him? It was politics, not my heart, Erik admitted, eyes glistening. I feared I had no choice, but my heart, it has always been yours. You risked everything, our love, our lives for politics? She demanded, voice trembling. I did. And I asked for the chance to earn your trust again, he said. I will spend every day proving my heart is yours. Astrid's chest ached. Forgiveness was a choice, not a gift. She studied him, seeing a man reshaped by captivity, guilt, and longing. Finally, she whispered, then we choose, together, and perhaps forgiveness will follow. The journey back to Fjordheim was a nightmare of mud, rain, and enemy scouts. Every sound, the snapping of a twig, a distant shout, threatened to betray them. Leif stumbled and cursed under his breath. I can't. You can, Astrid said, her voice unwavering. Mistakes here are fatal. Keep moving. At a river, they paused, water glinting in the dim light. Erik cupped a handful and drank, looking at Astrid. I have learned strength is not only in the sword, it is in knowing when to yield, forgive, and love. Astrid squeezed his hand. Then, let this be our lesson. Ambition is necessary, but love must always have its place. Leif, sitting nearby, whispered, so, you survived this together? Astrid nodded, eyes meeting Erik's. If we are wise, yes. If we are brave, yes. And if we are true, always. Returning to Fjordheim did not mean peace. Villagers whispered doubts, allies tested loyalty, and the shadow of Bjornval's spies lingered in every corner. Astrid addressed the council. We have returned, not because we are stronger than our enemies, but because we are united. Leadership is not about perfect victory, it is about courage and honor. Later, Sigrun confided in her, "You cannot protect everyone, Astrid, but you can lead with honor." Astrid asked softly, "And love?" "Love keeps you human," Sigrun said piercingly. Eric met her in the Great Hall that night. "I will spend every day earning your trust," he said. Astrid nodded. "Then we survived together." The dawn of battle arrived with a blood-red sky. Bjornvald's army roared across the fjord's edge, shields and axes gleaming in the morning light. Astrid's warriors formed ranks. Every arrow knocked, every shield braced. "Hold the line," she cried. "For Fjordheim, for honor." The clash was thunderous. Shields splintered, swords screamed, arrows whistled through the sky. Astrid fought like a storm incarnate, her sword precise, her movements a deadly rhythm. Eric was beside her, each strike perfectly timed with hers. A hulking enemy swung at Astrid. Eric parried, sending him sprawling. Lev dove to save a villager trapped under a falling barricade, while Sigrun led a counter-attack that routed Bjornvald's flanking warriors. Every action was a test of courage, every choice a moral crucible. Astrid faced a group of Bjornvald's men cornering villagers. "No," she shouted, "protect the innocent first. We do not become what we fight against." Eric nodded beside her. "Honor first. Victory is hollow without it." The tide turned when Astrid spotted Bjornvald attempting to infiltrate the keep. "He seeks the heart of our village," she shouted. Together, Astrid and Eric led elite warriors to intercept him. They cornered him in the square. The duel was epic, blows ringing through the village. Finally, Bjornvald fled into the forest, defeated but alive, a lesson in courage, cunning, and restraint. The aftermath was quiet, but heavy. Fjordheim survived, yet the battlefield was littered with the wounded. Astrid walked among them, comforting the terrified, tending to the injured, reflecting on the cost of leadership. Eric approached her, bloodied and bruised, yet smiling faintly. "We survived," he said simply. "Yes," she replied, "and endured our fears, doubts, and failures." Leif, exhausted and trembling, whispered, I know now what courage means." Astrid smiled. "Courage is action despite fear. Remember it always." Months later, Fjordheim thrived. Fields were replanted, children laughed, and homes rebuilt. Astrid and Eric stood on the cliffs overlooking the fjord. The morning sun glinted on the waves. "No more secrets," Eric whispered. "No more hiding," Astrid replied. They had survived betrayal, tested loyalty, faced ambition, and endured war. True strength was not only in the sword, but in the courage to love, forgive, and endure. Fjordheim lived, and so did their love. And so, in the storms of Fjordheim, amidst the clash of swords and the whispers of the wind, Astrid and Eric found not only survival, but the courage to love, forgive, and endure. Their tale reminds us that true strength is measured not only in battle, but in the heart, in loyalty, and in the choices we make when the world tests us the most. If this story has stirred your spirit, then know that countless more await tales of warriors, love, betrayal, and the wisdom of tribes from lands near and far. Thank you for joining us on Folktales of Many Tribes. Let the stories live on in your heart, and until next time, may your courage be fierce, your loyalty unwavering, and your stories worth telling.